And due to circumstances beyond my control, we're back for another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is the second day of March. It is the year 2022, and it's Wednesday. Yes, the unmistakable theme to the Winning Wednesday contest, now available for downloading on iTunes and Spotify. It isn't. Don't look. Look at the bottom of your screen, though. Check that out. That's how you enter. Of course, it's an email address kind of a thing. That's how you do it. Winner at ncwlife.com. And I probably should tell you what's up for grabs. Wenatchee Wild tickets. Good tickets. Really good tickets. These are ticket vouchers. So you take these, you go to the Wenatchee Wild office. If you win, of course, you go to the Wenatchee Wild office and you can exchange them in for any of the 8 remaining regular season home games for the Wenatchee Wild. They got 3 games this week. They got a game tonight against the West Colonial Warriors, and they got Saturday for Pink at the Rink, and then Sunday with Cranbrook in town. You can use them for those games. You can use them for other games. There are 8 regular season games left on the Wenatchee Wild season, and these are only good for regular season games. They won't get you in the playoff games, so there you go. And we're going to have 2 winners today. Winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, and they're each going to get 4 tickets. This is a nice deal. It's a really good deal. Estimated retail value of today's prize package, $1,000. But I'm not good at math. So if you want to go see Wenatchee Wild hockey on us, good seats too. Not lying to you. Winner at ncwlife.com. Get your email address into me. Get your email into me. Winner at ncwlife.com. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on. Don't forget, employees of local telecommunications solely on broadcasting and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Rachel. Winner at ncwlife.com. And we're going to have 2 winners today on Winning Wednesday. They each get 4 tickets to Wenatchee Wild hockey. 37 degrees, overcast, very quiet weather pattern for the most part heading our way. We had 52 yesterday. It was nice. We're going to be upper 40s, right around there, right around normal, with a couple of more days of clouds. It's going to be cloudy today, cloudy for most of the day on Thursday. Sunshine Thursday afternoon, bountiful sunshine into the weekend. Details are coming up. We'll take you up to the major mountain passes. News, yeah, we got news. Sports, baseball. Yeah. But we will preview tonight's game against West Colonial. I had a chance to sit down with Arch Ecker and Tom Rudrud of the Wenatchee Wild. Tom is the associate head coach. Arch, of course, is the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild. We'll talk Wild hockey in the back half of this program on Winning Wednesday. Let's get our tour going, shall we? Yesterday at this time, our cameras were pretty much fogged and clouded over. Not the case today. Beautiful view from the very tip of Wenatchee Heights, and we had that camera centered just about where it should be. So Wenatchee gets half the attention, and East Wenatchee gets the other half. As we can look at the bird. Whoa, that's cool. Looking for a little breakfast, I suppose. Sunrise this morning, 6:39. Sunset, 5:48. We have gained 4 minutes, so about 3.5 minutes of daylight a day now. We're really on the upswing here. 11 hours and 9 minutes of daylight on this Wednesday as we look out over the valley from our cross camera number 2. Ooh, that's cool. I'm seeing a sizable body of water. I want to say that's Lake Chelan. I honestly don't know what we're looking at. That's the Upper Butte. Okay, so yeah, I guess we are in a way. That is the very tip top of the butte overlooking Lake Chelan. As I mentioned before, we have 2 cameras on the Chelan Butte. One at the very top. It's about 4,000 feet above sea level, and one a little bit lower and a little bit closer to Chelan. So it looks like Lake Chelan is dealing with some fog hanging over the water. Camera number 3. Lake Chelan again, Bear Mountain. The Bear Mountain camera, high above the golf course. Again, looking up the lake towards Stehekin. The Stehekin River is running pretty high and pretty strong, but it's not going to get to flood level. That's good. We like that. So your folks up in the Stehekin, you're going to be okay. You're not going to get flooded up there. Look at Manson. It's all clouded over. It's kind of cool, kind of eerie, actually. And camera 4. Just can't seem to get enough of Lake Chelan this morning. Here's another view of the cloud bank that's hovering right over the town of Chelan. And the lake proper, you can see Chelan Butte on your left in the camera that we were just talking about. Up on top of that, this camera that you see is the McNeil Canyon camera, looking out over Lake Chelan and way off into the distance, the North Cascades. Some stunning views this morning, and you can see just from the last week or so, we've had quite a bit of snowmelt, a lot of it. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Cloudy today, maybe a passing raindrop. Snow level is going to be well above pass level for the most part. It'll be close to 5,000 feet, so pretty quiet, not a lot to talk about. A high today of about 50, 37 for the overnight low tonight. A weak system comes through tonight. That 40% chance of rain is really for tonight into the early hours on Thursday. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up to clouds. By in the afternoon, we'll have some sunshine, and we'll top off a couple of degrees cooler at 48, and then a beautiful stretch of weather. Our normal high temperature for this time of the year, right around 48 degrees, and that's right where we'll be. Sitting pretty on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with bountiful sunshine, very little wind. High pressure is going to set up and hang around for a while. We'd like that. Cloudy, little light rain tonight. Cloudy Thursday morning, sunshine Thursday afternoon, and nothing but sunshine from Thursday afternoon all the way through the rest of the forecast period. Your passes brought to you by D.A. Davidson. Well, not the passes themselves. They're brought to you by the Washington State Department of Transportation. Your pass report brought to you by D.A. Davidson. The strength of a trusted partner in personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Member SIPC. You look at that camera shot at Stevens. By the way, there's no advisories or restrictions on US 2. What jumps out at me is the tremendous snowmelt that they have had with just torrential rains on Monday and Tuesday up in the Cascades. They've lost a lot of snow. Right now, Stevens is fine. There's no advisories. There's no restrictions. The roadway is pretty much bare and wet. Blewett Pass, also, you'll notice a lot of snow retreating. Semi pulling over there, probably taking a nap. That's the summit of Blue Pass. No advisories, no restrictions, and you're good to go there. The only problem on I-90, and here's another view of the snowpack that's rapidly disappearing, is fog. It's pretty foggy up there. So visibility a bit of an issue right now. There are no advisories or restrictions on any of the major mountain passes. Not really anything really going on today weather-wise. Going to get a little bit of light rain. Snow level is going to be about 5,000 feet. So just a little bit of light snow at the very summit of Stevens Pass. No snow at all expected on Snoqualmie and Blewett, and they're going to be in for some nice weather as well. All in all, weather including your Cascade Pass is very quiet for everybody today and right into the weekend. You are good to go. Buckle up and have fun. 7 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we got news. You're watching a Wednesday edition of Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just look lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special. Just a few high clouds outside of that, kind of a mixed bag, 37 degrees, lower 50s today. A lot of clouds, a little bit of light rain tonight as the weak system pushes through. By Thursday afternoon, we're going to see some sunshine, and we'll have nothing but sunshine right through the forecast period, and that's through Tuesday of next week. 9 minutes after the hour, Douglas County Superior Court Judge Brian Huber ruled yesterday that Washington's tax on capital gains violates the state's constitution's ban on a personal income tax. Now, the ruling struck down the law that was passed in April of last year that would have imposed a 7% tax on an individual's long-term capital gains of $250,000 or more. The law never did go into effect. Numerous legal challenges were filed. They were combined into a single case. That was argued back on February 4th. In his ruling, Huber wrote that the 7% tax conflicts with the state's constitution's requirement that taxes be fairly applied across all incomes and that the law is, and I'm quoting now, properly characterized as an income tax, end quote. Attorney General Bob Ferguson, who argued the case on the state's behalf, announced after the ruling that he would appeal and that he believes that the case will ultimately be decided by the Washington State Supreme Court. The Moses Lake School District is beginning the process of renaming a school, and mascots, too. They have to comply with that new state law that prohibits the naming of schools and mascots after Native Americans. The law passed by the 2021 state legislature. It bans the use of Native American symbols and images for schools, mascots, logos, and team names. After meeting with the school district, the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation asked the district to cease using the names and the mascots. So changes must be made for the Moses Lake High School Chiefs, the Frontier Middle School Warriors, and Chief Moses Middle School. The school district is accepting applications until Friday for people interested in serving on committees to come up with new names and new mascots. The Omicron surge of COVID-19 is tailing off, but the Chelan Douglas Health District says it's still planning on offering testing and vaccination through at least the end of this month. Health District Administrator Luke Davies told the board on Monday that the surge was responsible for about 25,000 new cases a day statewide, but the impact in our area, much less.
We look at Chelan Douglas Health District, we can see that we again are on the descent, dropping down number of cases. If you look at our rates, we're actually right on par, where about 2 weeks ago we were right on par with our peak in Delta. As you can see in this light gray area, we have, we're still decreasing as we move forward. When we take a look at our actual cases this week, there wasn't much testing yesterday, but you can see that we're at about 712 per 100,000, about 310 per 100,000 for 7 days. So 712, 14, 310 for the last 7. We see that the last 7 days is less than half of the 14 day. That means we're going in the right direction. We're still decreasing, but we're starting to decrease a little bit slower than we were in the past. So we do expect that there will be some community spread as we move forward. These rates are still particularly high. We know that Omicron is still very infectious, but it is down from peaking from around above 3,000 per 100,000, which is where we were right at the beginning of February. Now, what's interesting when you shift to North Central Washington hospitalizations, you can see that the peak is actually less for Omicron than it was for Delta in our area. There are a number of factors that could contribute to that, but I won't speculate on those. But it's very different than what the rest of the state saw, at least on the west side, and some of the different urban areas. So we do see that there are differences between urban and rural areas in terms of the number of hospitalizations that they experience. When we take a look at the rate again, for the entire state, it was above where Delta was, but now we're a little bit lower. And so it's interesting to compare North Central Washington, specifically in our catchment area, to the rest of the state. The Omicron variant has driven a lot of this. It was first discovered in November in South Africa, and it moved through, took only about 2.5 months to move through our population, which is very, very fast. Compare that to about 5 to 6 months that it took Delta to move through our population. It was very quick. Even though we had high infection, we had less severity, leading again to shorter hospitalization stays. So while our system wasn't as stressed as it was during Delta, it was still very stressed. There's still a lot of deferred care from both Delta and the Omicron variant hitting back to back.
Wenatchee-based Columbia Valley Community Health has seen extensive growth over the past decade. Earlier in the week, I had a chance to sit down with the interim Chief Executive Officer, Manuel Navarro, and he told me that more growth is on the way for CVCH in East Wenatchee.
We just finished our major expansion in Chelan, where we grew from one provider that has been there since 2001, working out of a rented space from the school district, to now a 17,000 square foot modern state-of-the-art facility with 6 medical providers and our residency program and dental and behavioral health. So in Chelan, that's been a major growth. What we're focusing on now is meeting the demands that we're seeing in the East Wenatchee population growth. A couple of years ago, our board had the foresight to know that East Wenatchee was going to need improved access to primary care. We bought those 5 acres on the corner of Eastmont and 9th Avenue in East Wenatchee, built a smaller clinic, just kind of a excursion into primary care there. But now see that we're not meeting the demands there. So we're anticipating future growth. So we are in the final development stages of a new clinic in East Wenatchee that will house 10 medical providers, 2 dentists, hygienists, behavioral health. We're also adding 24 new therapists for the community as well.
So this campus has been expanded, enlarged, and remodeled. You're about ready to break down on a new building, break ground on a new building in East Wenatchee. Obviously, my viewers are going to say, where does the money come from? How do you make ends meet if you, from a budgetary standpoint, Columbia Valley Community Health? Where does the dough come from?
Well, you know, as I mentioned, we're not a free clinic, so we do charge for our services. And I think another misnomer that a couple of things that people think of is that, you know, if you have insurance, you can't come to us. We take insurance just like any other provider. So a lot of our revenue is actually driven by the services that we provide from people who are insured or people who pay self-pay. And even those individuals who don't have insurance, as I mentioned, we charge them a nominal fee that is affordable for them. And so we do have revenue coming in from the services we provide.
And finally on this Wednesday, a bill making its way through the Washington State Senate could help bring more TV and film production to our state. It's Senate Bill 5760. It would increase the available funds for the Motion Picture Competitiveness Program from $3.5 million to $20 million a year, and that would allow greater tax rebates for movies and television shows shot here in our state. Productions in the state peaked in the mid-1990s with movies like Surviving the Game, which was shot right here in Wenatchee in north central Washington, but then they declined in favor of other states with bigger and better incentives, as well as British Columbia. Well, if passed, the bill would put Washington on par with Oregon, which has a $20 million fund for industry rebates. I wonder if local television stations are eligible for that. 17 minutes after the hour, we will have a newscast tonight. Jefferson Robbins will be filling in for Grant Olson, who's taking this Wednesday off. Jefferson in the anchor chair tonight, but we do have a preview, and doing that is Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, the rain showers return today, and then we'll see a nice stretch of weather right through the upcoming weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has a look at high school basketball action as state tournaments kick off all across Washington State later today. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. And don't forget, if you have a news tip, we'd love to hear from you. And we've gotten some pretty good news stories by hearing from you, our viewers. You can use our Facebook page, you can use our email address, or you can use our homepage. We try to make it as easy as possible. Major League Baseball. I'm a baseball fan. I'm not a very happy guy this morning about the owners and the players. We'll talk about that when we come back with sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
Do you even remember to water the house plants? Do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
"19 minutes after the hour, sports. At the risk of editorializing, this sucks. After 9 days of continuous negotiations between Major League Baseball owners and the Players Association, the commissioner, Rob Manfred, announcing yesterday that opening day canceled. In addition, the first 2 series of the season, that's a total of 91 games, have been wiped off the schedule. Now, for Mariner fans, that means Seattle's first 2 series at Minnesota and at Chicago ain't going to be happening, for now anyway. Seattle's home opener is still scheduled for April 15th against Houston. That's Jackie Robinson Day, of course. Major League owners and players still can't agree on how to split up $10 billion that they rake in every year. As the President of the United States was making his State of the Union address last night, the head guy of the Seattle Kraken was making his State of the Franchise speech last night. And Ron Francis said, yeah, it's been a tough year.
This season has not been easy for the players. It's not been easy for the coaches. It hasn't been easy for our fans. It hasn't been easy for anybody. It's been a tough year. Anything I say is going to sound like an excuse, so I'd rather not get into reasons why. But, you know, these guys have continued to work and battle hard each and every night, and you see that. And that's something that, you know, certainly I appreciate, and hopefully the fans appreciate the effort that they're still putting forward. And it's not easy to go through what they've gone through this season and continue to battle and work. But, you know, that's, you get guys that you try and draft that have character, and you get into these tough situations and you hope they respond that way. And that's, you know, you try and build off of that moving forward. So to hear there's guys that, you know, enjoy playing here, enjoy the city, enjoy being, you know, in this market is exciting for us, and you know, makes it easier for us to build around those guys. You know, I really wish that COVID wasn't so prevalent this year, that our guys could have got out in the community. I think, you know, that's a key part of building our brand and letting people understand our team and our players, because we think we've got some terrific individuals, and hopefully this is behind us next year and we can get guys out into the community as part of it, and continue to build and get better each and every day next season.
The NHL trade deadline is approaching, and Francis said, yeah, we'll be working the phones, talking to other teams, all in an effort to try to improve the Kraken.
Well, I mean, it's obvious, you know, the way the season has gone, you know, we're not going to make the playoffs. So I think at this point you look at your team and there's pieces you want to keep that you believe are core pieces. And then if teams are calling on other pieces, you have to have those discussions and see what the offers are. And you know, if there's a move that makes sense, then you go ahead and do that. You have to be open for anybody, but, you know, I think you identify the guys that you want to kind of be a part of your core moving forward, and it's going to take, you know, a significant piece to change that direction. So, but that's, I think with any team, you look at your team, you know, everybody uses, Gretzky can get traded, anybody can get traded. So, you know, I think that's something you're constantly looking at, and if something there makes sense that makes your organization better, you know, short term and long term, you have to consider all options.
On the ice, they are hosting the Nashville Predators tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. 7 o'clock start. That's a national game. It's going to be broadcast on TNT. It's Dynamite. Speaking of hockey, Wenatchee Wild began a stretch of 12 games in the month of March tonight. At the Town Toyota Center, the West Colonial Warriors are in town. They'll drop the puck at 6 o'clock, one of 8 home games this month. Associate head coach Tom Rudrud said visitors, West Kelowna, they got some players that the Wild are going to have to keep a close eye on.
They're a very strong team. They have a couple of guys that are very gifted and among the point leaders in the league. So they have a couple guys that can really do some things offensively. Really are impressive to watch, not so fun to play against.
At this point of the season, obviously we're into March. We're in the last week of the last month of the season, 12 games remaining, 8 of them here. You've played everybody now. I mean, you have a general idea of their strengths and their weaknesses. Does that help at all, or is it just drop the puck and let's go?
Well, I think that it's always good to know your opponent. You can make some adjustments. Typically in the past, we've had some pretty strong teams, and we like to let the other team make adjustments to play us. This year we don't have quite such a strong team, so we do have to play shutdown.
The Wild is currently 8th in the BCHL's interior division, but the idea is to start climbing up that ladder to get as high up as you can before the playoffs begin. Arch Ecker says now is the time for the Wild to start gearing up.
It's important to put W's together right now, but realistically, you want to be playing your best hockey at this time of the year. So this last month is really a key time to focus back on fundamentals and doing the little things, making sure you play 60 minutes complete, because that is key, especially in this league when there's so much parity. I mean, you got to compete for 60 minutes or you don't have a prayer. So as long as that's kind of our end goal, right? I mean, yeah, the W's, we got to get them, but we got to be playing our best hockey in the first week of April, which is when playoffs are going to get going.
The Wild and the Warriors tonight at 6 o'clock, and remember, you don't have to show your vaccine card anymore, so no restrictions. Go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com for tickets. My entire conversation with Arch and Tom will air in the back half of the program. All right, It's time for state high school basketball action, and it gets going today. The Moses Lake girls are at the Tacoma Dome. At 9 o'clock this morning, they'll tip it off against Emerald Ridge, Lake Roosevelt. At the Spokane Arena at 9 a.m. in the state 2B tournament, they'll take on Rainier. And Waterville-Mansfield, the ladies have a first-round game in the state 1B tournament in Spokane. They'll take on Mossy Rock at 5:45. As far as the boys are concerned, the Quincy boys are down in Yakima in the Sun Dome. They'll have a 2 o'clock game this afternoon against Blaine in the 1A tournament. And Lake Roosevelt takes on Coupeville tonight at 9 in the first round of the state 2B tournament in Spokane. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday. The second day of March, I had 4 obscure holidays to choose from. Today is Dr. Seuss Day. We'll get to that in just a little bit. National Banana Cream Pie Day. Try to avoid the food ones if I can. It's Ash Wednesday for you practicing Catholics out there. But no. National Old Stuff Day today. It's a holiday that encourages everybody to get rid of all the junk that's hanging around their house and the clutter and get it out of there and bring in new stuff. Too many of us have outdated, broken, or useless items. You know, the crock pot that broke and you just stick it back into the kitchen cabinet and you don't bother with it. We create a lot of garbage. The average American generates 5 pounds of garbage per day. Just one person. A lot of that's packaging too. Have you noticed that? Every year, 12 million tons of plastic end up in the ocean, and it gets bigger every year. Some people are better at it than others. San Francisco is the best. San Francisco is the biggest large city that actually recycles more than anything else. 80% of the garbage that is recyclable in San Francisco ends up being recycled. That's pretty good. Even though we create 5 pounds of trash a day, we only recycle about 1.5 pounds of that. We can do better than that. So go through your house. I've never used this, or I haven't used it in 5 years. What do I still have it for? Get rid of it. Take it to Goodwill if it works. Whatever. Just declutter your life by getting rid of old junk you don't need anymore today. That's, material objects. That's what I'm talking about. 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history. This is the 60th anniversary of one of the most amazing records in not only all of basketball, but all of sports. Wilt Chamberlain, the first and only player in NBA history to score 100 points. He did it 60 years ago today for the Philadelphia Warriors, but the game was not played in Philadelphia. It was played in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They played about 4 or 5 home games a year in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which is about a 2-hour drive from Philadelphia. Just an old concrete barn. It was actually a roller rink that they stuck a basketball court into. There was only about 4,000 people at the game. There's no film. There's no television. There's no video footage of the game. There's just a radio recording of the fourth quarter. NBA basketball was not a big sport back then. Basketball was college basketball. That's what people followed. NBA, really not so much. This really helped put the NBA on the map. 100 points. He scored 23 points in the first quarter, 18 points in the second quarter, 28 points in the third quarter, and 31 points in the fourth quarter. Wilt does it. 100 points, 60 years ago today. Compact discs and CD players are now available here in the United States 39 years ago today, March 2nd, 1983. After being available only in Japan, compact discs and the compact disc players were made commercially available for the first time in the United States. Being a music buff, I went down and bought a CD player. It was unbelievably expensive for 1983. It was like $1,000. I still have it. I figured it might be a museum piece. I was all excited. Very few CDs were available, and they were very expensive, but I've been reading about it and excited about it, so I bought my CD player, and I took it home, and I hooked it up, and then I remembered I didn't buy a CD to play in the CD player, so I had to go back down and buy a CD. First CD I ever bought, still have it, Chronicle by Creedence Clearwater Revival. CDs. Did they kill LPs? Nope. Came close, but they didn't. And finally, the great story of Kenny Knox. This is a really cool story. At the Honda Classic in Florida, on the state in 1986, 36 years ago today, there were 140 players in the field of the Honda Classic. The last 4 in the field are known as rabbits. On the Monday before the tournament begins on Thursday, they have an 18-hole qualifier. You got to pay out of your own pocket. Kenny Knox, a journeyman on the PGA Tour, had like no money. He had to scrape together the $100 just to enter the 18-hole qualifier on Monday. He finished 4th, so he got into the tournament. He was number 140 of the 140 players, and then he won. He won the tournament as what they call a rabbit. He paid $100, got into the tournament. On the qualifier, he won the $90,000 first prize. By the way, Kenny Knox shot an 80 in the 3rd round. It's the last time any player has ever shot an 80 and still won a PGA Tour event. Kenny Knox barely made the field, won the tournament. Great story. 31 minutes after the hour, birthdays. Theodore Ted Geisel, or Geisel if you will, Dr. Seuss, born in the state in 1904, died in 1991 at the age of 87. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street, if I ran the zoo, if I ran the circus, Horton Hears a Who, The Cat in the Hat, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Green Eggs and Ham, Dr. Seuss, the legendary Dr. Seuss, born in the state in 1904. Desi Arnaz, I love Lucy and she loves me. We're as happy as two can be. Born in the state in 1917, died in 1986 at the age of 69. Of course, longtime marriage to Lucille Ball. John Cullum, a 2-time Tony Award winner. He's still a legend on Broadway. He's starring in a Broadway show right now, and he's 92 years old. Most people remember him as Holling Vincourt, the barkeep on Northern Exposure. Happy 92nd to John Cullum. And Mikhail Gorbachev, the 8th and final premier of the Soviet Union, is 89 years old today. I wonder what he thinks of what's going on right now in the Ukraine. Mikhail Gorbachev, 89. 32 minutes after the hour, it's Winning Wednesday. Don't forget about that. Wenatchee Wild tickets. We'll talk more about that before this half hour is up. An opinion from Mad Dog McNaughty, and then we'll talk Wenatchee Wild with Arch and Tom when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently read a book about serious issues of domestic violence in our society. And now this is an issue close to me. I've been dealing with domestic abuse issues as a cop and as a therapist for most of my adult life. And at one point, the author of this book stated that Republicans didn't care about abused women because they didn't vote for some funding for domestic abuse victims programs. No, whoa, wait a minute. Now, isn't it possible that the politicians who didn't vote for these programs simply didn't believe that federal funds should be spent in that manner, not because they hated women? To make a derogatory conclusion about any politician because they don't feel that money should be spent on what you think money should be spent on is part of the divisive logic that's detrimental to mature problem thinking. Now, I have worked to stop domestic violence against women for decades, and I don't think all proposed programs in this area should be paid for by the feds. What does that make me, a woman hater? Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Collins Fashions wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. We have so much to be thankful for in the Wenatchee Valley and surrounding communities. We truly have the best customers, and we truly appreciate your support at Collins Fashions. We are so excited to bring in the most fun and colorful spring and summer merchandise. Brighton jewelry and handbags have new, delightful designs, colorful and fun. Collins Fashions has superb service, professional stylists, and complimentary gift wrap. Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge in Leavenworth has a warm environment to enhance your dining experience. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and dine with beautiful views of the mountains. Do you have a special occasion coming up? Call Crystal's to reserve their event space. Whether your event is grand, intimate, or casual, Crystal's provides unforgettable food and superb service. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, proud to be serving fabulous food and drinks.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director at Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center. And I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us for the new program, Vibrant Living.
Collins Fashions wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. We have so much to be thankful for in the Wenatchee Valley and surrounding communities. We truly have the best customers, and we truly appreciate your support at Collins Fashions. We are so excited to bring in the most fun and colorful spring and summer merchandise. Brighton jewelry and handbags have new, delightful designs, colorful and fun. Collins Fashions has superb service, professional stylists, and complimentary gift wrap. Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge in Leavenworth has a warm environment to enhance your dining experience. serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and dine with beautiful views of the mountains. Do you have a special occasion coming up? Call Crystal's to reserve their event space. Whether your event is grand, intimate, or casual, Crystal's provides unforgettable food and superb service. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, proud to be serving fabulous food and drinks. Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is time to talk Wenatchee Wild hockey. We're going to do it twice this week, not only this morning, but on Friday for the Big Pink at the Rink event. That's coming up day after tomorrow. Friendly reminder, viewers, it is Winning Wednesday. Get in your emails, winner@ncwlife.com. We'll give these tickets away towards the end of the day today. Winner@ncwlife.com. 2 winners, each of them, get 4 tickets to any future regular season Wenatchee Wild hockey game. And by golly, we're starting to run out of regular season home games, but it's a great schedule. It's all backloaded. So of the 12 remaining games on the regular season schedule, 8 of them are right here at the Town Toyota Center. Art Ecker is back, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild. Tom, introduce yourself to our TV family.
I'm Tom Rudrud. I was here actually as an associate coach back from 2012 through 2017, I guess, and left for a 4-year stint, but grew up in Minnesota, played hockey through college, and met Bliss, our GM, back in probably 1988, 89, somewhere in that area, maybe early 90s. But he was the assistant coach in the Saskatchewan Junior League for the Minot Americans, and had a chance to work with him coaching the same team, representing the United States of America in the Viking Cup up in Camrose, Alberta, back in 2000. And from that point till now, I probably worked with him most of the time. Took a few years apart when he was in Omaha, and then the 4 years that I was gone here.
Well, if there's a hockey guy to hitch your wagon to, that's the one to hitch your wagon to.
Well, you know what? He's had a little bit of success, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah.
Normally, Chris Clark, the head coach, would be joining us for these interviews. Chris had a choice, either be interviewed by me or go to the dentist. He went to the dentist.
Same old drill.
Same old drill. Tom, give us your role here with the Wenatchee Wild organization.
Well, I'm an associate coach here.
You specialize in any aspect of the game?
I work with our defensemen mostly, specialize with the defensemen, and I also work with our penalty killing unit.
And kudos to you guys. I mean, the special teams this year has been a really big bright spot on this team, leading or close to the division in penalty kills and
yeah, we're in the top 5 in both. We're third in power play, and I think we are 5th in.
If they're 6th at this point, but you know.
Really, Art? Really? So anyway, that we've had quite a bit of success in those 2 areas.
And how do you account for that?
Well, it's got to be coaching, doesn't it? No, you know what? We have some players that are pretty special, pretty gifted, and they excel in those areas, and like we have some skills, some smart players that help us succeed scoring goals on the power play, and penalty killing wise, I think penalty killing always starts with our goaltending, and as you've probably seen, Tyler Shea has been outstanding for us, and so I guess I contribute a lot of the penalty killing to his abilities.
Let's talk about the weekend that was. The Wenatchee Wild went 1-2 over the weekend on Friday. Had an early 2-0 lead, couldn't hold on. Cranbrook got the better of them 6-3. We're going to jump right ahead to Saturday because that was a nice victory, a 3-2 victory, Arch, as we roll highlights from Saturday night's victory up north. Talk about that 3-2 victory.
Well, in that 3-2 win, you know, we've played close games with Cranbrook by and large, you know, throughout the season. That was our 5th time playing them this year, and you know, we did get behind. We were down 2-1, but you know, we battled back and we got the tying goal. But what was really gratifying, at least for me personally, was to see our captain get the go-ahead goal, the game, what proved to be the game winner, that 3rd goal. It was just it was a gorgeous move for one, a very patient move. He got the puck in front of the goaltender, made a nice move to the backhand and slid it in. But you know, you need your captains to set the tone. You need them to lead by example. Different captains operate in different ways in terms of how they lead their team. Some are more vocal. Some try to lead by example in their work ethic and whatnot. And I think Quinn has represented himself as a captain for the Wenatchee Wild very well this year. And that was a key situation for us. And for him to step up and say, hey guys, let's go, we got this, that was big. And I think the team really fed off that, and it helped them close out that win.
Any road victory in the BCHL is a feather in your cap, and it's tough to win on the road in this league. On Sunday, they went into Trail and lost again 6-3. That was then. Now we got hockey tonight and hockey this weekend with West Kelowna in town for a one-off game tonight. They're in fourth place in the Interior Division. Have you scouted West Kelowna? What do you know about the Warriors?
Well, typically I leave the pre-scout to Coach Clark, but I've had a chance to see them a few times in the past. Obviously, we've played them a couple of times, and they're a very strong team. They have a couple of guys that are very gifted and among the point leaders in the league. So they have a couple guys that can really do some things offensively. Really are impressive to watch, not so fun to play against.
At this point of the season, obviously we're into March, when the last week of the last month of the season, 12 games remaining, 8 of them here. You've played everybody now. I mean, you have a general idea of their strengths and their weaknesses. Does that help at all, or is it just drop the puck and let's go?
Well, I think that it's always good to know your opponent. You can make some adjustments. Typically in the past, we've had some pretty strong teams, and we like to let the other team make adjustments to play us. This year we don't have quite such a strong team, so we do have to play shut down. And as you as I guess we've played Cranbrook several times. I know we're talking about West Kelowna, but they're a team that have a couple of top end guys, just like West Kelowna, where it's always good to be able to match lines, and being the home team, that allows you to do that. You get the last change. So with their top end scores, we'll have to make sure that we have the right core against them.
And Tom, it's been tough to get a fully strength line all this year, hasn't it? I mean, it's been a struggle to get them all in there.
I don't know that we're unique in that aspect. I do know that we've battled that a little bit with COVID and a few injuries. But I think that most of the teams in the league have probably battled that. I don't know that firsthand, but we've definitely had to play shorthanded. And fortunately for us, we have a couple of teams here in town, and we've been able to use the youth teams. We've been able to use those players as AP players, and been able to dress a few more bodies.
Some of the youth teams could probably beat the Merritt Centennials. Thank God for them, because we have already punched our ticket to the playoffs. There are 9 teams in the Interior Division. The top 8 make it to the playoffs. Wenatchee is guaranteed their spot in the playoffs. But you want to get as high up into the standings by the end of the year before the playoffs begin. Talk about the importance of racking together some W's here at the Town Toyota Center.
Well, Penticton is the top team right now, and we're sitting in 8th place, so that would be our opponent, and we've had a chance to play them. Obviously, they can play. They have a lot of depth. They have a lot of speed, and so we want to try to avoid them right off the bat. We want to move into 7th place, and in order to do that, we have to string together a couple of wins and pass Trail. I don't know. The other teams they've been able to string some victories together, so there's a few points difference there. I don't know how high we will be able to climb as a result of that, but would like to be able to get ahead of Trail and maybe match up against Salmon Arm or whether it be West Kelowna or Prince George.
Well, as Arch has mentioned many times on this program, it's not how you play in November, it's how you play in March that counts, right, Arch?
Oh yeah, that's just it, and leading into what Tom was saying, it's important to put W's together right now, but realistically, you want to be playing your best hockey at this time of the year. So this last month is really a key time to focus back on fundamentals and doing the little things, making sure you play 60 minutes complete, because that is key, especially in this league when there's so much parity. I mean, you got to compete for 60 minutes or you don't have a prayer. So as long as that's kind of our end goal, right? I mean, yeah, the W's, we got to get them, but we got to be playing our best hockey in the first week of April, which is when playoffs are going to get going. You know, I think what you're seeing now, you know, last year there's 17 other teams in the league, 16 of them played in the pod season. I think Langley opted out as well. We didn't play because of the border issues. But, you know, 16 of the teams had the opportunity to congregate in pods and compete. And granted, it was a shortened season, it was 20 games. But, you know, you get some continuity going there and you bring some of those guys back. And for us, it was almost like starting an expansion team. We brought back Quinn Emerson and Hunter Hastings. And other than that, Owen Bond had played a couple of games here. Cade Littler had played a couple of games here. But other than that, it's all brand new personnel. And so we knew going in that there were going to be some growing pains, and we knew the first half of the year was going to be a challenge as guys started to adapt, which they have done, and we've seen the growth in that area. You talked about special teams earlier, and early on in the season, our special teams were dismal, and then they went on a horrendous, beautiful stretch, just a tear, and that's got us up into the upper echelon of the special teams. But that's one of the benefits of a strong coaching staff, because they recognize what they need to do. They were patient, and it'd be real easy to get frustrated early and start throwing guys out. We got to bring in another guy. That guy can't kill penalties. These guys said, we brought them here for a reason. We believe in them. We're going to work with them, and we're going to build them into something strong, and they've done that. So, tonight we got West Kelowna coming in, and again, you're talking about guys that have been through the deal. Johnny Derrick, their goaltender, is very strong. He's been there for 2 or 3 years now. And up top, they got a youngster that's done very well for them, Felix Trudeau. And Tyler Crystal is another one of their leaders. But again, you kind of figure out ways to try to shut down that top end and continue to focus on what we do well, which includes our power play, for example. And then you kind of like your chances on home ice against a team like West Kelowna.
And then here come the Bucks again. The team we're getting sick and tired of playing, Cranbrook, is here over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So don't forget, it's a Sunday game, Saturday, Sunday, and Saturday is Pink at the Rink. We'll talk about that on Friday. Real quickly, we know these guys now pretty good. We've seen enough of them.
Pretty well, and you know what? As much as you might say we're tired of seeing them, I actually kind of like the games against Cranbrook, and I'll tell you why, because they really force you to battle. You got to work those 60 minutes. We talk about how important it is to play 60 minutes, and Cranbrook will make you do that. It's a good, honest, hard-fought game. And when you talk about tuning up for the postseason, Cranbrook's kind of ideal, So we got 3 more games against them, the 2 here this weekend, and then we finish out the season there on the last game of the regular season. But Trail, we're going to see them another 3 times here and once more down there. Actually 4 times here, because we got the Wednesday night here that was added. So yeah, we're going to see them a bunch, and that's another team that we're going to have to work hard against. So it's actually kind of being able to sharpen your blade against some pretty good clubs going down the stretch. I think that bodes well for us down the long term.
And don't forget, winner at ncwlife.com, you can win. You can take the tickets to 4 tickets, so you can go to tonight's game. You can go to the weekend games against Cranbrook. Any regular season wild game between now and the end of the year. They're no good for the playoffs, remember that. But these are really good seats. Tom, we don't get to see you very often. I'll let you get the final word in. You're a defensive-minded coach. What is the difference between...
No, not necessarily. I coach the defense.
The defense.
Okay.
Everybody likes to put the puck in the back of the net.
Yes. As a defensive coach, I like guys that can skate and can handle the puck and think the game very well. And like to see our guys get up the ice, make that first pass, join the rush. I coach teams in the past where scouts have come in and watched us, and they tell us, you guys are really good defensively. And we weren't necessarily so good defensively. We always had the puck in the offensive zone. So that's the way I like to play.
It's good to see you. Chris, I hope the dental appointment's going well, but even if it doesn't, I'm going to interview this guy from now on. Again, West Kelowna, the Warriors in town tonight, and then it is Pink at the Rink on Saturday night, and then they wrap it up on Sunday with Cranbrook in town. Arch, always good to see you. Go Wild. I'll be here cheering you on personally and the Wild as well this weekend, all right?
Thank you very much.
Tom, it's good to see you. You're watching
Thank
Wake Up
you.
Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive two-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Different birds enjoy different types of foods, so it's important to offer all the right things for the birds you want to attract. Sound complicated? It doesn't have to be. Our Flying Start Combo is an all-in-one feeder that attracts all the birds in your backyard, with seed, suet, nuts, and fruit. Stop by our store to find out how you can get started feeding the birds. Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
I wrote that song. No, I didn't write that song. Winning Wednesday, one more friendly reminder, your chance to get your entry in. Email me if you want to go see Wenatchee Wild Hockey on us. Winner at ncwlife.com, winner at ncwlife.com. That's how you enter. You send me in your email entry. It's one entry per email address. If you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once. You just can't enter over and 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 over again on the same email address. We keep track of these things. 2 winners today. 4-pack ticket vouchers. Any regular season Wenatchee Wild hockey game you want to go to, and they're running out of games. They're down to 8 home games this year during the regular season. If you want to go on us, send me an email. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on. Don't forget, employees of Local Telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Tucker. Again, winner at ncwlife.com. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on in the day today. We've been hovering right at 37 degrees for most of the morning this morning, and we're going to get up there, though. We're going to get up to about 50, 51 or so. We had 52 yesterday from the National Weather Service. One more time, let's take a look at what we have for you. Cloudy for the most part today. We may see some breaks, but they're not going to, don't get used to that. We'll get up to about 50 degrees, give or take a couple. Again, we hit 52 yesterday. 37 for the overnight low. There is a slight chance of some light rain tonight. 10, 11, 12 o'clock. Weak little system, weak little upper trough spreads in behind a weak cold front, which is why we're going to drop down just a couple of degrees. So we have a slight chance of some evening rain tonight, and we'll wake up tomorrow with quite a bit of cloud cover. But as Thursday progresses and that cold front begins to ease its way in, we're going to see some sunshine, but it is cooler air. That's why we're only going to get up to 48 on Thursday with 30 for the overnight low. And then starting Thursday afternoon with some late afternoon sun breaks all the way through Tuesday of next week, Lots of sunshine and temperatures right around normal. Normal high this time of year, right around 48 or 49 degrees. That's right where we're going to be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. No rain in the forecast, just nothing but sunshine for everybody. And we hope the area ski resorts get a little bit of snow because they got some serious snow melt up in the mountain passes. All right, that's it for us. Have a great Windy Wednesday. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.